Before the play begins, Sheridan Whiteside, a radio celebrity on a tour, had accepted a dinner invitation to the home of Mr. and Mrs. Ernest W. Stanley in Mesalia, Ohio. Whiteside was injured by slipping on ice on the doorstep. The play opens with Whiteside confined to the Stanley home for the Christmas season. The Stanleys are not pleased with the change in their household, Mr. Stanley being especially irritable. Whiteside is brilliant but spoiled. He plans to sue Mr. Stanley and demands control of the household. He soon dominates the telephone, fills the home with penguins and cockroaches, and invites paroled convicts to lunch. Small-town confinement irritates Whiteside. He dislikes Dr. Bradley, who has a manuscript that he pushes on his new patient for publication. Whiteside is puzzled by Mr. Stanley's spooky sister, Harriet, who gives a holly branch as a token of regard. He abuses his nurse, Miss Preen. On the other hand, Whiteside takes a liking to the two Stanley children, Richard and June. He likes the servants named Sarah, a superb cook, and John. Whiteside relies on Maggie Cutler. This secretary tolerates Whiteside's bad moods since she appreciates the excitement of Whiteside's lifestyle and friends. She admires the wit of these celebrities and appreciates how these celebrities care about her. But one celebrity is disliked by Maggie. The actress Lorraine Sheldon is catty and heartless. Bert Jefferson, a personable reporter with ambitions to be a playwright, seems to be the one Mesalia citizen with sense. Maggie falls for Bert and declares to her boss that she will leave her job to marry Bert. Whiteside panics at the thought of Maggie leaving and will do anything to keep his assistant. He hits on the idea of inviting Lorraine Sheldon to Mesalia. She's the type who could steal Bert. Lorraine is motivated to visit when Whiteside explains that Bert wrote a play perfect for Lorraine. Whiteside contacts Lorraine within minutes of learning that he is physically fit. The doctor had looked at the wrong x-rays. Whiteside is not eager to leave Ohio, with Maggie's situation being at a critical point. Whiteside will conceal that he is fit. The doctor will play along. This ends Act 1. Whiteside resolves to stay in the Stanley home in a wheelchair until Maggie agrees to remain as his assistant. But Maggie is furious when she figures out that Whiteside resorted to a low trick involving Lorraine. Maggie resents the prospect of Lorraine stealing Bert's heart. Maggie is determined to leave Whiteside and counters with a trick of her own. She arranges for Beverly Carlton, one of Whiteside's show business pals, to impersonate the man Lorraine hopes to marry. Using a phone, Beverly fools Lorraine into thinking she will soon marry into England's aristocracy. Lorraine will abandon Bert if she is to prepare for marrying a rich man from England. But Lorraine discovers that Maggie and Beverly had played a trick on her. Lorraine gets revenge by being charming to Bert, which Maggie knows will destroy Maggie's chances of marrying Bert. Whiteside realizes he went too far in interfering with Maggie's chance for happiness with Bert. He repents, but does not know how to remove Lorraine from Mesalia. Mr. Stanley arranges for Whiteside to be evicted from the Stanley home. Time nearly runs out, but Whiteside exerts new power over Mr. Stanley after figuring out that the Stanley family has a secret rooted in crime. Whiteside's friend, Banjo, arrives for a visit. At this time, Whiteside receives a mummy case as a Christmas gift. Whiteside and Banjo arrange for Lorraine to be shut up in the mummy case, which is taken to Banjo's airplane heading for Nova Scotia. Whiteside is happy to leave the Stanley home, but he slips on ice again and returns to the house an injured man.